Hi, my name is Lanutza Lich, and I will be presenting Rice, Beans, and Tortillas, the life of a Mexican. For the past 6 months I've lived in Mexico. I thought it was a joke when I heard all they ate was rice, beans, and tortillas. But it wasn't. My body can tell you after 6 months and 20 pounds lighter, these 3 items is what the average Mexican eats almost every single day. Mexico is known to be a poor country, but their jobs, their value in education, and the way their culture is makes them who they are. The area I lived in was San Luis Rio Colorado, Mexico. This poor border town is flooded with families who are just trying to get by. The average working person works from 10 to 12 hours a day, waking up as early as 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. According to the Mexico Gulf Reporter, in 2014 they wrote, Mexican minimum wage is in 2015 will be $4.64 in U.S. currency. That kind of blows me away. I can't even imagine trying to go to a restaurant and sitting down and being able to pay for my whole family for $4.64. That's just mind-blowing to me. But there were a few times when I was invited over for dinner. In their culture, it's rude to say no, so I tried to say yes as much as possible. Most mothers and women have the stereotypical role in Mexico. They're the cooks. I asked a personal resource, her name was Hermana Lopez, what the average day of food typically looks like. Besides the obvious, rice, beans, and tortillas, they also cooked a lot of chicken and hot dogs. At a local restaurant, you could buy enough chicken to feed 10 people for less than $15. According to the Expatson Cost of Living Index website, chicken breasts cost $2.64 per pound. Eggs cost $1.96 per dozen. A liter of milk costs only 97 cents. Over there, it's obvious that the cost of living is quite a bit lower. The families I worked with sometimes had 8 siblings and only 1 person in the family had a job. So yeah, the cost of living is a lot cheaper, but the salary to feed these hungry mouths don't make it any easier. Along with working a lot of hours for little cost and feeding a family, the children still have school. The only thing is their schooling is quite a bit different. These kids go to school either in the morning or in the afternoon. The typical day is from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. or around 1 to 5. You can also go around 5 to 9 p.m. There's typically 2 different times, but sometimes there's 3 different times. Most children will finish off middle school, or what we know as middle school, but a lot of them don't actually go to high school because the government has set it up so you have to pay for high school. You'll pay to get into high school, but you'll also pay for the books and the materials and anything else. And you'll even sometimes, most of the times, you have to pay for water because you don't drink the water in Mexico. But the government has set it up so it's hard to get an education. A non-government organization called Mexicanos Primero said most young children attend primary school, but only 62% reach secondary school. At secondary level, about half of the students drop out and only a quarter reach higher education. With this lower education system, it makes it really hard to work. Without money, it makes it really hard to eat. The lifestyle of these poor Mexicans is not something they choose. Most of them were born into this poverty, and some of them will never know what more is out there besides rice, beans, and tortillas.